என்னடா ஆர்டர் பண்ணி சீக்கிரம் முடிச்சிருவேன்.
Okay, the first question is from oppression mismanagement, 5 marks question. Few shareholders, that is 25 out of 100 people, filed changes in the management of Section 8 company, which is having no capital. They told that it is prejudicial to the interest of the company, the management it is. So when the answer is 1/10 voting power or 1/5 voting power, if the company doesn't have share capital. So they are given 25 out of 100. So it is satisfying 20%. That means 1/5 means 20%. So it is satisfying 20%. So this question may be asked in the examination. Okay. Then startup companies conducted only 3 board meeting. Is it any violation? See, startup company defined is like a private limited company which has got startup status in Departmental of Industrial Promotion Board. Okay, DIPP. So it's a new question. So startup means what? It's a private limited company. Okay, which has got license as startup in from DIPP. They can conduct 2 board meetings, one in each half year. Minimum time gap should be 90 days. It is treated like a small company basically. Then member of SEBI accepting bribe, how to remove him? So SEBI member, if he is financially interested, if he abused his position, he can be removed after giving opportunity of being heard. Then directors chapter, company passed special resolution to strike off the name of the company and filed with ROC. Company already filed compromise petition 2 months back. Okay, if ROC also accepts the petition and remove the name. Now, see, what are the 4 conditions they cannot go for voluntary strike off? Section 249. Okay, one is if the company has changed its name, register office in last 3 months, then the company went into compromise. Okay, property sales. So it is one of the condition. So and they are going for liquidation. So in this condition and all, they cannot go for voluntary strike off. So that is a question, 5 marks. Then remuneration chapter, managerial remuneration chapter. Mr. A holds directorship in subsidiary company by virtue of holding company directorship. He resigns from the holding company. Now, what is your answer? Section 167 says if a person is director in a, if the person is holding directorship because of holding some other position, some other office, if that office is to operate, he has to vacate this office. Hence, Mr. A has to resign from the subsidiary company also. He has to vacate. Section 167. Then from investigation, MD of a government company getting investigated by SFIO and he proved guilty. Okay, so he can be arrested. MD of a government company.
He can be arrested.
Government company can be arrested only with the permission of government. Okay, that is the question. So generally they should get the permission, then only they can arrest. They cannot just like that arrest a person. So the exact answer where we can find, I'll tell you exact answer. Inspection. Generally, a person arrested should be produced before magistrate, no, within 24 hours. Then investigation report has to be submitted to central government. Central government will prosecute him. That and all okay. Then investigation office, employment responsible for assistance. Okay. Government company. Okay. Generally, the offense once he is arrested, arrest without warrant, no bail can be guaranteed. Other than we can write all those answers. Then answer will be where the person arrested connection with the government company or a foreign company under investigation, such arrest shall be made with the prior approval of central government. This is the answer word you should write. Okay, with the prior approval of central government. Provided the intimation of such arrest shall also be made to the managing director or the person in charge of affairs of the government company. So this is the answer you should write. Okay. Then next question. Because this may come in this examination. It's a different question, no? Altogether. In petition filed before NCLT on February 2018 for winding up, MD transferred certain assets in favor of one creditor, where his son is interested. So, what is this? Petition filed for winding up. MD transfers certain assets. Answer. It's from winding up. It's like fraudulent preference. Okay. Then, what are the steps can be taken against the liquidator? Taken by the liquidator. We can go for fraudulent preference. Section 328. Okay. Assets transfer na 329. Okay. Any settlement na 328. So in last 1 year, if they transfer any asset, you can come into this. Then holding company has two subsidiary. Okay. Explain with related to preparation of financial statement. Whether they have to consolidate. Yes, they have to consolidate. Is it like two companies planned for merger. State the process of registering the offer of transfer. Two companies planned for merger. Which section? 232. Okay. So the process of registering the offer of transfer. Generally, the scheme has to be framed and it should be kept for 4 months. Okay, the scheme has to be kept for 4 months. And with the approval of NCLT, they have to conduct a meeting whereby more than half of the numbers and 3/4 in value has to approve. Then borrower become defaulter. Can a bank intimate IBC? Yes, they can go for IBC, the financial data point. And because of they already amended Banking Regulation Act also to implement IBC. That also you can write. Capital requirement for insurance company. 100 crores for life insurance, 100 crores for general insurance, 100 crores for health insurance separately, reinsurance 200 crores, net own funds 5,000 crores. Then qualification of chairperson of NCLT. What if the person appointed is not qualified enough? Can
That will not be getting evaluated.
qualification of a chairperson of NCLT?
He shall be
Chairperson of NCLAT. Chairperson of NCLAT. President of NCLT. Okay. So chairman qualification. Supreme Court judge or
Chief Justice High Court
Chief Justice of High Court.
or
Okay. All that. President na Judge of High Court, District Court 5 years, Advocate na 10 years நினைக்கிறேன். Okay. Then what if the person appointed is not qualified enough? But if he passed down, it's valid only, no problem. Then foreign company ceases to carry on business in India. What is the status? They have to wound up as a unregistered company. Person is rendering valuation services without a certificate of registration. No problem till September 2018. March 2018 initially, but they now extended it. Government departing supplier water. Okay, is it an enterprise function? Government department supplies water. Is it an enterprise function? It is an enterprise function. It is not a sovereign function.
Oh,
okay. Then a resolution professional became company liquidator. Insolvency board wants to remove him. Procedure for appointing another person.
Insolvency board wants to. So after
on what grounds they can be removed?
If he has interest, he takes it. And if he is unsound mind.
With section 34. Okay. Generally, if the resolution plan is submitted by the professional which is rejected to meet the requirements of IBC, then in case the board wants replacement, then what to do? The board shall propose another person's name 10 days, okay, and it will be given to adjudicating authority. So yeah, then the adjudicating authority will remove that person, okay, yeah, another person. Generally, he fails to meet the requirement of the board. Then you have to pay fees, charges, etc. Then a resident of Nepal transferred one of his ancestral property to Indian relative. 10 years lease. How many years lease you can do? Maximum 5 years only. Semala maximum period of lease is only 5 years. State the procedure of merger and getting approval from tribunal. Same, we already studied 232. Okay. Then if the resolution plan is submitted belatedly after 180 days, what will be your order? Going for liquidation, because maximum period is 180 days. If they want additional time, they should have asked. Okay. Harmonious construction. What is harmonious construction? All the entire act to be read together. You should not read part by part. Okay. Then punishment for corrupt practices under PMLA.
Imprisonment for
3 to 7 years. Because it is schedule A, the part A offense. Okay. Only for narcotic drugs, 3 to 10 years. Okay. With this, we completed one mock test. Then we'll go for another mock test. Purpose of IEPF fund to be utilized.
Utilization for the
payment of dividend, then
payment of interest,
for mature deposits, then creating investor awareness programs. Then in a public company AGM, 6 director got appointed. Explain retirement by rotation. Not less than two-thirds of the total number of directors shall retire by rotation, out of which one-third shall retire every AGM. Then, if more than one-third are appointed in the same AGM, then
they shall
mutual consent, else drop lots. In case of Section 8 company, same answer. Okay, because Section 8 company, no exemption here. Then SEBI powers for amending rules of stock exchange. SEBI can amend stock exchange rules with respect to books, audit, okay, qualification of members, then voting rights. Can a board meeting be held in Chennai where the register office is Kolkata? Board meeting can be held anywhere in the world. Is it necessary agenda to be sent in board meeting? Yes, secretarial standard. Can only company registered in India can be amalgamated under compromise arrangement? It's like only two Indian companies should be amalgamated. No, merge. Okay, any type. 234. Okay, Indian company merged fund, foreign company merged with India. Then, what is special majority?
Majority.
More than 50% in number, having 70% in value. Is preference shareholder approval is required? Yes. Members includes preference shareholders. Okay. When will NCLT order for dissolution of a company? When all the assets and transferred. Now liquidator gives
the winding process has completed.
Final report given. Winding process completed. Director responsibility statement includes what? The books are complete. The financial statement prepared on time. Okay,
As
complied
per
with
books of
books of
accounts.
accounts and complied with accounting policy, conduct policy consistently applied. Then safeguarding the
Safeguarding
assets,
assets.
prevention and reduction of fraud and error, internal
Internal
control,
control.
then compliance with laws and regulations. Accounting standard not followed in financial statement. Liability of the directors and auditors.
Directors have to, while preparation of financial statements, they have to disclose the accounting.
Okay, they have to give the deviation, then
Deviation, amount, and
reasons for deviation. Auditors has to qualify in their audit report. And 143.3 la, because financial statement is not as per accounting standards. Yeah. Then compensation to loss of office of the directors. Section 202. If it is managing director 202, if it's normal director 191. Okay, so when you will not be paying compensation to managing director,
When the
company got amalgamated and you are resigning from the amalgamated company, then
when the company got wound up because
company got wound up because of the negligence of this director, then
fraud,
if he resign other than amalgamation, okay, or fraud, misfeasance, etc., then share capital 80 crores, turnover 110 crores, is internal auditors must. Turnover 200 crores.
200, 150.
Yeah, turnover 200. In this question, turnover is 100 only, 110. So no problem. Next,
Turnover,
borrowing exceeding 100. Borrowing is silent, so leave it. Third, share capital 50. In this question, 80. Hence, internal auditors must. Then, company has no prospect of doing business. Creditor file winding up petition. Creditor can file to NCLT. Okay. So this is one of the option available. Company has 300 members. 25 members holding 1/10 of the paid up capital and 1/5 of the issued capital file petition of oppression.
1/10 of paid up capital or 100 members?
1/5 of the issued capital means how much? It is more than 1/10 of the paid up capital. 1/5 is more than 1/10, you know. 1/10 means 10%. 1/5 means 20%. So even if they have 1/10 of the issued capital, it's enough. In this question, is they have 1/5 of the issued capital. 1/10 enough. They have more than that, so they can file. Okay. Generally, people will think what 1/5 is equal to 5%. 1/5 is equal to 20%. Take calculator for example. Then company not declared dividend. Is it oppression? Thomas Vetta Mrs. could not rubber. It is not a oppression. Then investor complained to SEBI against stockbrokers. What are the factors to be considered? Excess brokerage, not delivering security, not entering into the contract note, not delivering the contract note. Okay. Payment. When can RBI cancel the license of SARFAESI? In case if they fail to hold investments from QIB, if they are not doing SARFAESI business, after giving opportunity of being heard, I will be cancelling. RBI will be cancelling. In case RBI cancelled, what will happen after that? They can go for appeal. No. They can go for appeal to central government. Okay. The Finance Ministry. Finance Ministry. Okay. ஆமா அது ஸ்டாக் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் அது விட்டுரு. Then company incorporated in London having share registered offices in Mumbai. What is the status of the company? It's not a foreign company. Why? Share registration office. It is not told that they are doing business in India. The question is silent on doing business in India. Only if they have a business in India. Now, what is that? Section 386 says even share registration office is a business in India. So, section 379 read with section 242 read with section 386. Okay, give us a complete picture that this is a foreign company. Why? Because share registration office is also called as place of business in India. Okay. Then, what are all documents to be submitted to register of foreign company? MOA, OA, the details of the company, the parent company details, okay, and the translated in English, where and all they are having branches in India. Then and the directors and team managers, directors details, secretary details, farmer name, father name, passport number, okay, and previous operations in India. Okay. Next. State the penalty for non-delivering documents.
Non-delivery of
Either documents
1 lakh
like
per day.
yeah, 50,000 rupees to 3 lakhs.
Oh,
1 lakh to 3, sorry, 1 lakh to 3 lakhs. 1 lakh per day to 3 lakhs. 50,000 rupees per day for continuing penalty. Yeah. Next. June 2015, one person left to USA. On September 2016, he purchased a flat in India. So, yeah. He gave guarantee for a loan taken from by his brother. Is it a capital account transaction?
he gave guarantee.
You write a provision. Okay, non-resident, if he is giving guarantee to a resident. Resident who is giving guarantee to a non-resident. But that's not a issue. To whom they are giving guarantee. Okay, on behalf of whom is not an issue. To whom they are giving guarantee, it's a issue. Resident giving to resident. Okay, means like one resident person in India is giving guarantee to bank on behalf of a non-resident, but still there won't be any rupee outflow. So this you should keep in mind. So yeah.
To find out its residential status from June 2015 to September 2015.
So in this question, he went to USA on June 2015. Okay, so whether he's a resident for that year, he's a resident for that year because you should see the previous years.
Yeah.
So in this question, in 1/9/2016, okay, that means for the year 16/17, he is a non-resident because in the previous year he stayed less than 182 days. First, you should define that.
Okay. Now he has given a bank guarantee as a non-resident.
Yes, he is given a bank guarantee to a non-resident. He is given on behalf of the resident.
Yes.
So non-resident giving to resident. Hence, it is a capital account transaction. Then next, government deploying supplying water. Okay, enterprise function. Yes, it's a what is dormant company? Dormant company means a company which is incorporated as dormant company or which has not filed annual accounts and returns for a period of 2 years. And they do not do any significant operations. What is not considered significant operations?
ROC filing,
okay.
Filing of returns,
filing of returns, paying ROC fees, allotment of shares, then office maintenance expenses, from government dues. Next, obligation of banking company to maintain KYC. So even after the accounts closed, okay, for a period of 5 years, they should maintain the KYC norms. Then next we will go. Public company having paid up capital 80 crores, turnover 110 crores, whether internal audit is mandatory. Just now we discussed, same question. What is the qualification of the internal auditor? Should be a CA or CWA or any other professional as the board may think fit. Company defaulted in public deposits. Board proposes 20% dividend. They cannot. Okay, when there is a default in public deposit, unless otherwise they make it good. Then last 3 years dividend rate is 8%, 10%, 12%. Company incurred loss. Okay, how much dividend they can pay? Current year the company incurred loss. They can pay from. They can pay from. They can pay from. They want to pay interim dividend. They can pay from surplus.
Yeah.
But not from reserves. How much they can pay? Average of last 3 years. Qualification of presiding officer of SAT. Supreme Court Judge or Chief Judge of High Court. And transfer or continue to receive dividend even after the security transferred.
Oh, he cannot receive within record closing date.
Transferor should have, means the transferee should have registered his shares
within to the.
That means what? He should have bought the shares before the record date, and he should have registered the shares in his name. Then he will be eligible. If the transferor got the dividend, he should give it to the transferee. In this question and all, they can keep it in abeyance. This is a classic example for 126. Then, woman director resigned on 30th June. Next board meeting on 10th September. Okay. Answer. 3 months or next board meeting is later. ROC submitted certain documents to the court. Okay. Then ROC asking original documents from the company. Whether the company needs some additional documents to be given? No. Once it is filed online, it is valid. 399. Indian depository receipts.
The company should have been listed in the home country.
Company should have been listed in the home country.
Then the aggregate issue shall not be less than 50.
Aggregate issue shall not be less than 50 crores rupees. Minimum application size 20,000 per person. 50% should be allotted to QIB. Paid up capital 50 million USD. Market caps 100 million USD. 100 million. Net worth 15 million USD. 1,000 million only for competition. $500 members are there. Okay. 80 members, 500 members holding 5 lakh shares. 80 members holding 10,000 shares filed opposition petition.
500, 5 lakh shares.
Yeah, 500, 5 lakh shares. 80 members holding 10,000 shares filed opposition. 1/10 or 100. 1/10 or 100. 1/10 is how much?
1/10.
5 lakhs lo 1/10 is 50,000. But in this, it's only 10,000 or 100. But here it's only 80. So they cannot file. But if the tribunal approves, they can file. Next. Ama. Sai தான் சொல்லுமா நீ போமா அம்மா உன மட்டும் தான் கொடுத்துருக்கோம் கண்டிப்பா சரி சாய் பண்ணு கிளாஸ் Next. Once the petition is filed, even if it is withdrawn, the petition is valid. Okay. Then penalties for non-filing of prescribed documents with ROC foreign company. Now just told you.
1 lakh to 3 lakh.
1 lakh to 3 lakh. And 50,000 rupees per day. Then person draw 1,20,000 USD and gift remittance. Person draws 1,20,000 USD and he also gave 10,000 USD as gift. 1,20,000 USD for some expenses. Anyway, allowed. Okay, within 2,40,000 and 10,000 for gift. Up to 25,000 you can draw. And if in rupees now 5 lakh rupees.
25,000 for
worth gift worth. Then declaration of concept of KMP and applicability.
KMP 203.
203 applicability.
For any
public company having paid up capital 10 crores or more.
So
having what are the things? A, B, C, MD, CEO, manager in their absence, full-time director.
Then
CS when it's applicable. Paid up capital 5 crores or more. Then CFO. Government company not applicable. Member of CCI got retired and he want to join a company.
2 years.
For 2 years he cannot join any company except for government company. In correction procedure,
DIR
6 and 7 DIR. Fraud penalty.
447.
Affecting public
Not public.
policy. Minimum
And the minimum
3 years. Not affecting public policy. 6 months to 10 years.
10 years.
PMLA தான் 7 years. இங்க 10 years. False evidence க்கு 7 years. Okay. Board wants to donate to political party.
Yeah, no limit.
No limit. What are the banking company service? What are the service a banking company can do? Accepting deposits, giving loans, then forex services, locker services, then bill discounting services, LC services, then ECS services, agency services. Appointment of company secretary, producer company. Turnover 5 crores or more in each of the last 3 years. Allotment of share circular resolution. Is it possible? Yes.
Yes.
How the trial proceedings in special court? Any offense which is punishable 2 years or more, it will be tried in special court, will be headed by session judge. And notwithstanding anything contained in CRPC, special court and take cognizance of offense. Then any person who got arrested here has to be submitted before magistrate within 24 hours. Then they can even detain a person in custody with additional 15 days if it is sanctioned by judicial magistrate, 7 days by executive magistrate. Okay, the special court judge can trial this offense either by summary manner or regular procedure. Can a company amalgamate with foreign company? Yes, they can. Then dormant company. Then what are the 5 points to be stated in audit report? Audit report.
Audit report.
Where the financial statement is prepared as per the books of accounts. Where the financial statement shows true and fair view with respect to the profit and state of affairs. Whether it complies with accounting standards. Then whether they are provided for litigations and claims, long-term contracts and derivative contracts, IEPF. Any director got disqualified under section 164. Then IFC ORFR. Then CARO. What is reasonable construction? Reasonable construction. On the face it may look simple, but close look may give different. Okay. Attus Macquest, Varat Component. Then Tariff Advisory Committee. How many members they have? 16 members, out of which 10 Indian, 6 foreigner. Insurance Act. Yeah, 10 Indian, 6 foreigner. Tariff Advisory Committee. What they will do? They will advise LIC, insurance companies. They will fix their premium and all. Then shareholders' instruction is not honored by the company. Okay. In case of dividend, cannot be honored by the company. What they should do? They have to intimate the shareholder. Shareholder died. Legal hair dispute in process. What to do? Kept in abeyance 126. Insider trading and consequences.
The insider would be asked to come out.
Okay.
Transaction.
What is the penalty? 5 lakhs minimum.
5 lakhs minimum.
Up to 25 crores or 3 times of the profit, whichever is higher. Then company not supplying information to the stock exchange. 1 lakh per day to 1 crore. 101 out of 500 shareholders filed complaint to central government for inspection. 101 out of 500. Central government. Special resolution is still passed. In this question, whether there is special resolution or illa. Okay, hence they cannot. But they can go for NCLT. You should have to suggest that. Shareholder conducted EGM, decided to sell one of the undertaking and ordered the board to do so. Shareholder cannot order the board. It is board decision which is to be honored by the shareholders, not otherwise. Because board is not an agent of the shareholder. Yeah. Shares are means like stocks are overstated. Okay, but the auditor didn't find it. Is it a violation? If there is a gross negligence, is a violation. Otherwise, not. Kingston Cotton Mills.
Watchdog.
Auditor is not a bloodhound. Is a watchdog.
Watchdog.
SP Catterson Sons case. If he is not proved that he is gross negligent, he is not eligible. But what is against the auditor? Bolivia Republic. Republic of Bolivia Exploration Syndicate Limited. This is against the auditor. General London and General Bank Limited is against the auditors. Okay. So there are two cases for the auditors, two cases against the auditor. Okay, remember it. Then asset realized 28 lakhs. Workman dues 15 lakhs. Secured creditors 20 lakhs. Tax dues 2 lakhs. Unsecured creditors 40 lakhs.
So they have
Preferential overriding preferential payment. So 15 plus 20, how much? 35. But asset realized is only 28. So 28 into 15 by 35 you should. Okay, that much you can settle to the workman dues. Back you can settle to the secured creditors. Then government will not be getting anything. Unsecured creditors will not get anything. Who has assigned the financial statement? Chairman if he is authorized by board, or two directors, one of them shall be MD, and CEO if he is a director, CFO, CS. In case of private limited company, 2%. In case of one-person company, 1%. Newspaper has written bad about a director. On base of that, court has taken cognizance of offence. They cannot take cognizance based on TV, media comments and all. It should be complained by either shareholder, central government, SEBI or ROC. Section 439. Then company wants to reduce the face value from 10 to rupees 2. Can they do that? If the issue price is more than 500. Director was rejected in AGM. The board wants to appoint him as additional director. Cannot. Under section 160. 161. 161. What is the tenure of additional director?
What is that?
Tenure of additional director.
The commencement of AGM.
Till the commencement of AGM, till or last date on which AGM should have been held. Can company appoint additional director in AGM? No. Provision relating to the notice. They should give at least 7 days before the board meeting.
Board notice. It should contain
Whether the holding company has to consolidate the subsidiary incorporated abroad. Yes, they have. What is the relaxation? In 2014-15, they have given relaxation, not now, only for 1 year. How to recover penalty imposed by SEBI? Attach the movable property, detain the person. Okay, attach the bank account. Company incorporated outside India, doing online business in India. Is it a foreign company?
The company should be having place of
The company should have place of business in India. Doing online business also place of business according to section 242. Hence it is a foreign company. Association of producer entered into an arrangement not to reduce the price. Okay, which is not intending in the legal enforcement. Answer.
it is not.
It's a cartel. Not to reduce price, they have entered into agreement. So it's a cartel. Appointment of expert director in a producer company. They can. 1/5 is additional director. This is expert director. They can.
They are not same.
They are not same. Internal provision for a producer company. Mandatory.
3 crores.
Mandatory. Regular intervals it can be fixed by articles. Gambler arrested under PMLA, imprisoned for a period of 3 months, 3 years. Can he get bail? He cannot get bail because it is a cognizable offense, okay, which is non-bailable. FEMA adjudication appeal.
They
Appeal.
can appeal to
Special Directorate,
Yes,
and he is having no time for finishing. Then
Then they can
appeal to Tribunal of FEMA.
Tribunal of
Okay, they can go to High Court. Tribunal has time limit within 180 days. Can bank become the policy holder in case the policy holder kept policy as a security? No, bank can only be assignee. They can have never become policy holder. Then company wants to books of accounts other than corporate office, other than register office. Board resolution filed with ROs within 7 days. Stockbroker started buying shares in its own name.
They have to get
Permission from the investors. Auditor resigned. How to fill the vacancy? Within board has to fill within 30 days, and it should be ratified by shareholders within 3 months.
Rather than
Then preferential issue guidelines.
they have to pass special resolution.
Special resolution.
Shares. The price of the shares shall be if the company had been listed for
listed for less than 6 months, listed for more than 6 months, listed for less than 6 months.
It is IPO or the average weekly high low.
So less than 6 months now, IPO price, weekly high low from the date of IPO till the date, then last 2 weeks high low. If it is more than 6 months, last 6 months high low, last 2 weeks high low. Withdrawal of foreign currency when permission is required from RBI. So it is more than 2,50,000 for travel, stay, employment, education, etc. Then charges for transponder. Approved from central government has to be obtained. What is the penalty for cartel? 3 times of the profit earned, 10% of the turnover, whichever is higher. Okay, come on, answer one more time. Profit earned, 10% of the turnover. Then RBI power to inspect banks and appoint directors. Can RBI inspect the banks? Yes, RBI can inspect the banks. They can appoint directors. That person should not hold exceeding 3 years. Then he can be reappointed, but not exceeding 3 years. Code of producer. How many directors they can have? 15. 5 to 15. Can they have additional directors? Yes, maximum 1/5.
Extra directors they don't have.
What is life insurance? On human life, including accident policy. Okay. Then the human life is important one. Accident included. Central government appeal against acquitted.
Central government can
appoint authorized person or public prosecutor to appeal against the acquitted person. Asset reconstruction company definition.
It is
They will do change of management and they what is definition of securitization company? They will take over the assets and sell the assets. In asset reconstruction, they take over the management. Okay. And what is definition of financial asset? Any receivable, including secured, unsecured. Okay. Intangible asset. Okay. That's important. And the mono definition is important. What is grammatical interpretation? What is logical interpretation? Grammatical means literal interpretation. What is logical? Reasonable interpretation. Okay. What is derivatives? Options in
any security
which is deriving value from the underlying asset. Okay. What is spot delivery?
Spot delivery, delivery made between the day or the next day.
Okay. Then in case of oppression, what is the tribunal's order?
To void the contract, to
rescind the contract, to appoint directors,
yeah,
to rescind that undertaking transfer, okay, and to buy shares, then to regulate the company. Then that director who got appointed, he will be holding for up to 3 years, and there is no consequences, okay, on the liquidator contract. And that director who got removed cannot be appointed as director in any other company for a period of 5 years. This share is a good.
Share
after allotment, it is a good. Central government can they acquire bank?
Central government
after giving opportunity of being heard in case they are not following Banking Regulation Act, they can acquire the bank along with the consultation of RBI. How to seek relief for a non-compoundable offence? Which section? Section 463. You can go to court. Okay, in case if you are not a fraud. Okay. So except for fraud, you can go to court. Transfer of shares in a producer company. Transfer to only existing producer who should be an active producer. At par value only you can transfer. What is non-cognizable offence? First don't write bailable, non-bailable and all. The answer is section 439. The heading is all offence under this act is non-cognizable. That means bailable. But the answer is totally nothing to do with the heading. Answer is what? Who can take cognizance of offence is the answer. அது அப்படிதான் இருக்கும். Question is different, answer is different. Who can take cognizance of offence?
Courts can take
okay, who can take cognizance of offence? Court, provided provided this complaint by
central government,
SEBI, ROC members. Okay. What is proviso?
It is explanation to the section.
It's an explanation. It qualifies the section, exceptions sections. Okay. So with this, we completed mock question papers. Get your RTPs ready. So in the meantime, if you have doubts, you can WhatsApp me.